Good evening, everyone. Please make your way back to your seats. Thank you.
Welcome to the Leicester Square Theatre, and now, please welcome to the stage, Houghton! Hello, London. Are you all very well? Awesome. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. Sir, you are man-spreading ginormously there. A set of testicles to be proud of. Well done. A man here with the hairiest head I've ever seen in my life as well. Like an Ewok and a pirate as well. Are you blind? Who said that? Fuck. Good, I've managed to offend the blind person in the audience. What a great start. But only one. Only one? What, one? We'll enjoy half the show. Right, Leicester Square, that was my tester joke to see how spicy you want to get tonight. Not too sure, I'll lock you in the back. How spicy we want it? Chicken korma or vindaloo? What do we want? Vindaloo. All right, we're not actually getting curry, mate, don't worry. Bargees! It's cool, right, okay. So the show is about an epiphany I had whilst filming a Netflix reality TV show called The Circle. You've watched it? Yeah, you're not just a fan of shapes? The squares. So it's a reality TV show on which you can lie, deceive, backstab, cheat your way to becoming the most popular, and the least popular get blocked from the group. Reality. It's a show that many a publication have described as the most exciting, genre-redefining show in the reality TV genre, or as my dad described it 10 minutes into the first episode, as a complete load of shite. Great stuff. But to get to this epiphany, I need to take you back a year and a half to my run-up to being on the show. So the big news was that I joined TikTok. Woo! Yeah. We all into TikTok? Woo! Yeah, you're not so sure, sir? Social media? Have you sent a letter recently? Moving pictures. I thought it was a good idea for me to join TikTok, because, you know, I'm in my mid-30s. Start dancing with some teenagers. Get some besties. No cap. Cut a vibe. Will you want to go out for the night? That's a dance move on TikTok, sir. That's not me just pleasuring two of my mates. Do you ski? No, you can't do that. They throw you off the app, I've checked. What happens, you go on TikTok, you can get a video that goes viral, loads of views. For whatever reason, then when it goes viral, you then get a comment section full of the youth of today telling you exactly what they think of you. And that is a humbling experience, my friend. I'll give you the top comments I get. The first one, predominantly, Tory! Tory prick! Who's this Tory prick? Who's this stupid Tory prick? Who's this stupid tubby Tory prick? Yeah, hey, I am seasonal. What in the maiden Chelsea's going on here? Rah, where's my backy? Dude, where's my Land Rover? Quiche, dick. I would never harm a quiche. That's a sacred flan. Yuck, that was one, just yuck. Y-U-K, yuck. Ick. My man sounds like the guy from Homes Under the Hammer. Oh my God, I think I've just found my 13th reason. Yeah, exactly, sir, you're not going to get that reference, are you? No. I didn't know what that one meant either, but you hear the noise they're making? It's because it's not bloody good, mate. That was a sad afternoon Googling that one for me. Oh, maybe it's a compliment. Oh, no, Jesus Christ. That's actually horrendous. And there is a resemblance as well. Can I also point out, all of these comments were all made by teenagers who all had don't judge, be kind in their bios. What about me? You know the ones, all these youngsters, every status update they make is always an overly sentimental, supportive statement about whatever the latest tragedy is that's going on. Say, oh my God, my heart just bleeds for Syria. Does it? Does it really, Ophelia? Point it out on a map. Now just say there's nothing wrong with being posh. Right, you feral bastards all looking at me. There it is. No, there's nothing wrong with being posh. It's snobs. Snobs are the problem. So snobs are to the upper class what chavs are to the working class. What vegans are to vegetarians. What alpha males are to males. Hear this new guy that's just rocked up? I'm an alpha male! I'm an alpha male! Are you? Are you? Or are you a borderline sex offender with a coke habit and a gym membership? Let's just calm down, shall we? Watch where you tread there, Mr. Tate. No, I'm caught up in the Matrix. No, it's snobs. Snobs are the problem. And you can always tell a snob, because whenever you talk to a snob, every story they say, everything in it always has to have happened by accident. It's always by accident. I met this woman a couple of months ago. She said this flippantly. She went, last year, we found ourselves in Tuscany. I beg your pardon? No, you bloody didn't. No one finds themselves in Tuscany. Don't pretend like you just materialised down out of nowhere, just... Oh my God, Jeremy, where are we? I've no idea, Rebecca, but it's definitely not Fulham. Wait a second, the Tyrian Sea, the Chianti olive groves. It can't be. It's Tuscany! She carried on. We happened upon this wonderful hotel. Happened upon? What, macheteing your way through the jungle, were you, Becky? With a lamp and a map and a tiny little Asian boy as a guide? Is that what was happening? Then, as luck would have it, we just so happened to meander into town. We found this tiny little restaurant tucked out of nowhere. You couldn't have possibly found it. You got recommended it. You got recommended it over brunch before you went to Tuscany, probably because there's good vegan options, let's be honest. Then my favourite one, suddenly, out of nowhere, this incredible sunset. Nighttime? That's not out of nowhere, that's nighttime. Was it from the west as a guess, Becky? Was it? That's happened every single day since the dawn of itself. We found ourselves in Tuscany. No one finds themselves in Tuscany. You find yourself in the disco room of a tiger. That's where you find yourself. Yeah. With a quadruple vodka Red Bull. And regrets. Chatting to the DJ, mate, can you just play the Cheeky Girls for a second? No, it's because it's my mate JC's stag do, it'll be hilarious. The bit I got most annoyed about is the youth of today assuming that I was a Tory, because, full disclosure, London, I've never voted Tory in my entire life. Thank you, about 10% of you. The rest of you looking at me going, bullshit. And if there are any Tories in, I'm not having a go, mate. I don't hate Tories. Look, mate, how could I hate Tories? Some of my best friends are Tory. No, they're all right once you get to know them, you know, they're all right. I don't mind them. I quite like the culture. Fashion sense is pretty funky. I like the food, the music. Who don't like couscous and a bit of Mumford & Sons? They've got some bangers, mate. I mean, you wouldn't want to marry one. No, but I voted green most of my life. One hippie down there with his hand glued to the floor. Thanks, mate. I did. I voted green, trying to save the planet. Make it good for the kids. And how do the kids repay me? Oh my God, did someone order Jack Whitehall off Wish? Well, fuck it! And the fact that that's got my biggest reaction of the evening, by the way, means you're agreeing with the children. Yeah. No, that's a very astute observation, actually, isn't it? Because he's not as successful, is it? Very well. There's more than you of me. This is technically bullying. No, I'm not relating to teenagers as much anymore, which is a good thing. I shouldn't be trying to relate to teenagers just walking down the skate park. Cowabunga, guys. No, I'm just not relating to them. And this is a horrible thing to admit, but I'm also really starting to resent babies. Can we just agree that babies are annoying? Oh, that was a resounding yes in the room. A lot of babysitters were booked tonight, weren't they? And honestly, if you're a parent in the audience with a baby, obviously, not your baby. Your baby's a miracle. Other people's babies. Case in point, who's ever gotten onto a train, walked down the carriage, got to their seat, looked at the seat adjacent and gone, oh my God, yes, a baby, whoa! Thank God I forgot my headphones, this is going to be incredible! And I bought the cheap ticket that stops at every single station along the way. Oh, I hope the parents are inept. Now, if I'm being honest with you, it's because I'm scared. That's what it is, I'm scared. Because I'm getting older, and all of my friends are at the age now where they're having babies, and I'm just not at that stage yet. I just don't see my friends anymore. They're gone. And people say to me, Tom, you can't hate a baby. That's a new life. No, it's not. When I see a baby, I don't see one new life, I see 2 dead friendships. Did you hear? Mike and Sarah having a baby. Well, they won't be joining me at Laser Quest on Sunday, then, will they? I haven't got a Facebook anymore. I've got an obituary wall that I just look at like some World War II memorial. All of my fallen comrades, the ones we lost along the way, scrolling through it on my phone while I'm sat in the slug and lettuce on my own. Nursing 2 pints because the babysitter cancelled again last minute. Looking at all those status updates. It's just the most incredible experience ever. It's just the most incredible experience ever. No, it's not, Adam. It's not the most incredible experience ever. You and me went to Latitude Festival. We did a gram each of MDMA. Found out Mike Skinner was doing a secret gig in a van, went along and watched as, on the beat drop, a girl in the front row turned and projectile vomited on her best mate's face. That was incredible. That was incredible. Not watching Hey Dougie for 3 hours a day.
Oh, come on, squirrels. Let's go build a house. Sticks, sticks, sticky sticks, 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 sticks.
Dougie, whatever he is, that weird closeted bear dog gimp. Fuck Dougie. Hate babies. So I've just become an uncle. Yeah, taking it really well. Younger sisters as well. Pressure on. Whole family dynamics changed. I went back home for Christmas last Christmas. Walked in for Sunday lunch. Suddenly, at the end of the table, there's this tiny little slap-headed dictator sat there. Just crying and yelling, demanding carrots. Chucking Yorkshire puddings on the floor. You do not fuck with Yorkshire puddings! That is a starter we named after a dessert that we have as a main. Even it doesn't know what it is. The Sunday roast is the king of British cuisine, and the Yorkshire pudding is the crown on top. You do not fuck with Yorkshire puddings! Tom, you're screaming at a baby. Every couple of hours, he gets taken off to a different room to be drained. Like some weird syphilitic Edwardian king. He can't say my name. That's the most annoying thing about it. He can't say my name. It's too many syllables. He can't say Uncle Tom. He just goes, Uncle Tom. He's got everyone else in the family's name down. So my parents had to pick their grandparents' names. That's a moment in your parents' life. So my father, we call him Grumps, because he's curmudgeonly, banter. But my mum didn't want to be called Granny or Gran, because she felt like it made her sound old. So she pondered on it, then 2 days later she came downstairs going, I've got it. I've got it. I'm going to be called Gigi. Gigi? Yeah, do you not think it makes me sound cool? No, I think it makes you sound like you came third in Ascot. And he's got all their names down. He doesn't even bother with mine anymore. He goes, Mum, Dad, Grumps, Gigi. Gets to me, he just goes, who are you? Who am I? I'm Uncle Tom. I was the magic in this family until you arrived. His name's Hugo. I know, he doesn't stand a fucking chance, does he? Just slap a gilet on him, get it over and done with. Give him some boat shoes, put him on a yacht. You can smell the campus accusations already. My sister named him after Victor Hugo, who's the guy who wrote Les Miserables. Yeah, because she's really into peasants and bread. Because you can name a baby anything. You can name a baby anything. If you've got a favourite franchise, just name it after something in that. So I've had this idea, and right, London, I'm going to share this with you. This bit never works. But it's my favourite bit, so I'm keeping it in. I've decided that if I ever do have kids, I'm going to have loads of kids, then I'm going to name them all my name, but then change the name as it goes through them in the same pattern as the titles to the Fast and the Furious films. So I'm Tom Houghton, then there'll be my first son, the Tom and the Houghton. The second one, Two Tom, Two Houghton. The Tom and the Houghton 3, Tokyo Drift. Houghton 4, Tom 5, and then I'll go all the way down to the Tom and the Houghton 9, The Fate of the Houghton. Because there's nothing more important than family. Now, I've got to get my stuff together. I can feel myself getting older. I can feel myself becoming that older, upper middle class bloke. The pastel shades are kicking in. Peach cashmere jumpers. Mint green chinos. Blue brogues. Looking like a fab ice lolly that got out of hand. That fleshy neck hammock's just kicked in. Just a blah, 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 blah. Guys, am I right? That sneaks up on you, doesn't it? There's a reason why every bloke over 35 has beard or a stubble. It's hiding. Blah, 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 blah. Just trying to de-toad ourselves. Blah, 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 blah. A couple of years' time, I'll be sat there in my favourite chair. Blah, blah, blah. Just all slippers and veins. Blah. Every time I get up, I sound like Voldemort casting a spell. Just sat there on my phone, interchanging between the cricket scores and my own bank balance. With the index finger, because I don't know how the future works. Why is it not copying and pasting? Yeah, I mean, like, I'm all right in some ways. I'm not a complete failure to launch. But I am sort of our national rail currently. Do you know what I mean? A lot of stuff isn't happening, a lot's delayed, some stuff is, but I need more money. The big news was that last year I moved out of my dad's place. Thank you very much, mid-30s, nailing it. Although, to be fair to me, I was living in a very cool situation. Now, if you've followed my career up to this point, you'll know what I'm about to talk about. If you don't know anything about my past, then this is about to be a fucking curveball. Because for the last 6 years, I was living in the Tower of London. No achievement of my own, please do not clap me. Basically, father, former Chief of Defence Staff, when he retired, the Queen said, "Would you like to be the Constable of the Tower of London?" And he went, "Yes." And he chomped his way right in there. And then I saw that and went, well, I'm going to squat in there for as long as I can. And I did, but now he's fully retired, he's properly stepped down, he's moved back to North Yorkshire, our family home with my mum, which means that I have had to look for my new flat. And that was a biting dose of reality, I can tell you that. One thing became very apparent very quickly. As far as accommodation's concerned, I have definitely peaked. I am not beating the Tower of London anytime soon. London rent prices, Jesus Christ. I mean, look, I don't want to speak ill of Callum from Foxtons. Because to be fair to him, he had a tough act to follow. I met him one Monday morning, 9 a.m. sharp. He'd driven in from Essex. There he was, wide-eyed, bit sweaty, one red raw nostril. All right, Tom, how you doing, mate? You all right, mate? How you doing? You all right? 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 He sounded like one of those tubes you get at the fair. You all right? 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 Very good, Callum. Lead on, my friend. All right, Tom, don't you worry about it. I'll sort you out a good one here, don't worry. Right, now. Got some nice asses to show you. Lots of asses. Right, this first one, though, I will warn you, it is a bit of an old build. Is it? I'm sure I'll survive, Callum. Yeah, right, come in then. Well, there you go. There's your bathroom. There's your bedroom. There's your front room. There's your kitchen. I mean, it's all one room. Then here, I've given you an outside area, because you said your previous place had an outside area, didn't you? What sort of stuff you used to get up to in that, then? Oh, I don't know, beheadings? Shot a couple of Nazis there once. Now, it wasn't a bitter pill to swallow, but it was definitely a pill. I mean, I'm not trying to compete with my dad in any way. I'm very proud of his achievements, of course. But I'm never going to live in somewhere as cool as the Tower of London ever again. And that's what struck me, is that if I ever do have kids, there will come a stage where I have to break the news to them that once upon a time, me and their grandfather used to live in the historical palace in the middle of the capital city. And my son will look up at me and go, but then, Daddy, why do we live in a caravan? Well, the Tom and the Houghton presents Hobbs and Shaw. It's because Daddy tried to tell jokes for a living. And did people laugh, Daddy? Not as much as I'd hoped for, to be honest, son. In fact, there was one gig in Leicester Square, half the audience took till the second half to get in the actual building. I tried to have some banter with a pirate on the front row. Turned out he was blind. That didn't go fucking very well. One bloke didn't even know what TikTok was, what century that bloke was living in. Jesus Christ. There was a woman in the front row. She was quite enjoying it, though. She kept on laughing, and her and Daddy met up after. I mean, she was actually the girlfriend of this guy with a really hairy head, but chopped wood for a living, I think. Him and Daddy had a fight in the car park. I thought I'd be able to get him. He looked quite nerdy to me, but he was as strong as a fucking ox. Luckily, though, he got hit by a car. And he died. So Daddy and his girlfriend went out on a night out in Leicester Square. Ended up at a Tiger. And one thing led to another, and well, that, kids, is how I met your mother. Quite a lot of pressure on after the show now, isn't there? No, I am doing a lot better recently, just mentally. I don't mind sharing this with you, but I went for a bit of a bad stage just in my own head, just before lockdown. And, it happens to the best of us. A couple of things happened that really knocked me off the rails. Basically, I was in a long-term relationship. We thought we were going to last forever, and then it sadly didn't. And then my agent dropped me. But she still comes to my gigs. I love that, and we wonder why men don't open up about their feelings. That's the reason, you heartless bitch! Oh, the agent? Thank you very much, it's very nice. I'm not wrong in thinking that wasn't 100% obvious, though, was it? How have I now ended up being the bad person in this? Oh, good, I'm glad we're filming it. Thank you. Competition. And then my second marriage. Yeah, so it knocked me off the rails. And look, I know it's a small violin to play. There's so many people out there who are far worse than me. But just because you're in a privileged position does not mean you're not worthy of being sad. Everyone gets sad. And I really was. I was crying lots. My hair grew out, my beard grew out. I didn't wash or change for like several days at a time. I tried to spend lockdown on my own inside the Tower of London. That was a terrible idea, because that palace became a prison pretty bloody quickly. I was just there rocking back and forth, crying in the bell tower. Like some depressed Cinderella, just surrounded by all the ghosts, Lady Jane Grey and Anne Boleyn and my previous relationship. You go through different stages when going through a bad patch, and one of the stages that I went through was an altruistic stage, where you go, I know what I'll do, I'll try and help other people, and then maybe that'll make me feel good about myself. So I remember one Sunday morning, I was in my little man cave that I'd made in bed, hadn't left it for days. I was scrolling through my phone with my thumb, looking for charities that I could help in the local area. And I found this charity called Shoreditch Street Kitchen. And what it is that volunteers meet up in Shoreditch, they bring along food, and they feed the homeless people in the area. Great cause. And I was like, if you want to get involved, just show up, introduce yourself, and get involved. So, okay, cool. When does it meet? 12 o'clock. What time is it now? 10 to 12. Oh, right, okay. So I haven't got time to shower or change or wash or anything. I just ran down there. I introduced myself. I told them about my girlfriend and me breaking up. They were really nice. They talked to me. They introduced me around. They gave me some food. And then, yeah, it was only at the end of the day while walking back home I suddenly realised, hang on a fucking second. I think they thought I was the homeless person. I'd literally gone down to a homeless charity, eaten all their food, then walked back to the literal palace I was living in. Like some sort of gluttonous pasty Princess Jasmine. I told them I lived in the Tower of London as well. They must have thought I was absolutely fucking mental. Have you seen that young boy who's just come in? Yeah, no, his girlfriend's broken up with him and he thinks he's a Disney prince. I think he's vulnerable, we should watch him. So I was like, oh my God, that's awful. So next Sunday, I made the biggest vat of spaghetti bolognese I could. I took it down there. I fed as many people as I could. I said, I'm so sorry for the misunderstanding. And then I admitted to myself, Tom, you're not happy. You're not well. Go home. I got a train straight back up to North Yorkshire to my parents' house. And for the first time in my entire life, I booked myself in for therapy. Thank you. Look, the mental health message is out there. You don't want it shoved down your throats. You don't want to get it preached at. I understand that, but it is important to talk about, especially coming from a guy. And all I will say is that talking to someone, it helped me. When you're a child, your parents go, don't talk to strangers. But turns out, as an adult, talking to a stranger once a week for money, really beneficial. And I wasn't good at it. I had all my defences up straight away. I'm an alpha male! I'm an alpha male! I put this wonderful woman in, first session, she asked me the same question they always ask, how are you doing? And I was like, I'm fine! I'm great! Nothing wrong with me, couldn't be better. Nailing life, woo! I mean, I booked her. Who was that trying to kid there? That's the equivalent of rocking up to an A&E, walking in and then going, what's wrong with you? Nothing, I'm completely healthy. And then just coughing blood up across the car park, prolapsing out everywhere. So she said, all right, Tom, talk us through your morning routine. So I was like, okay, well, basically every morning I sleep badly. Then when I wake up, before I've even left my bed, I'll grab my phone and ingest 2 to 3 hours of social media calling me a prick, Tory prick, stupid fat Tory prick, telling me that everyone's evil and the world's gonna burn. Then I'll immediately go downstairs and have 2 cigarettes and 3 ginormous coffees. And I'm just feeling a little bit sad and anxious. I mean, look, people, mental health is a very real thing. If there's anyone out there in that audience going through a tough patch, my heart goes out to you. I hope you get through it. I hope you find emotional contentment. But I think a lot of us could do with admitting that a lot of the time, there's just a great many things we could do to help ourselves. We started talking about my childhood and my upbringing. So I went to an all-boys boarding school from 6 years old, sent away from my family, separation anxiety, that really hit me. I also was in a military family, so I moved around 12, 13 different times before I was 18. So I got very used to making friends, dropping them, making friends, dropping them, making friends, dropping them. So the conclusion we came to is the thing that I crave the most is validation. Which will surprise you coming from a comedian. But at this point of the show, I just want to say to you all from the bottom of my heart, thanks for coming. Just know, you're not just an audience, you're also a prescription. Loser. So, my therapist said, basically what's happened is all your validation points have been taken away from you because your girlfriend's left and you've got no career. Yeah, that's about right. So what you need to do, give yourself a project or a hobby, something you can focus on that's going to give you a sense of achievement, a sense of accomplishment, make you feel worthy. And so I was like, all right, in lockdown, hobbies. So, 7 jigsaw puzzles later. Completed The Witcher on PS4. Weird round of applause, but I'll take it. Fine, thank you. I looked around for inspiration for hobbies. I looked at my mum. But my mum's got a really weird hobby. My mum is into taxidermy. Yeah. So if you don't know taxidermy is the art of finding a dead animal, stuffing it, posing it to give the illusion of life, then sticking it in a prominent part of your house. What psychopath thought of that as an idea? Who was walking down the street and saw the carcass of an animal and just went, ooh, do you know what that'd be good doing? This in my front room. Now, my mum doesn't do it with any sort of big game or endangered species. We haven't got a moose in the bathroom. Just toilet rolls on the antlers. A panda holding a vase in the hall. Neither does she do it with any of our old family pets. No, because people do that, and that is mental. That is mental. That is a slippery slope straight down the line to, oh, hello. Would you like to come in and see the collection? Yes, well, this is our family's first ever dog, Rufus. This is our daughter's old hamster, Milo. And this is Grandma. Yes, no, we just keep her here in the hall. We use her as a hat stand. No, she didn't move very much by the end anyway. It's almost like she's still with us. We let her friends take her to bingo last week. She was there for 3 hours. Nobody noticed. She won. Now, what my mum does is oddly weirder. My mum collects roadkill. Yeah, so she's driving around North Yorkshire. If she finds an animal on the side of the road, she'll get out, scoop it up, put it in the back of the Land Rover, drive it back home, take it down to the cellar, put it in the freezer to preserve it. Then over the upcoming weeks, the taxidermists will come in, they'll stuff it together. Before you know it, there he is. In the front room. Obviously, the animal can't be too badly injured. You know, we haven't got half a badger just dripping off a Chesterfield. A rabbit with a tyre mark. But she's got loads of stuff. She's got a mole, she's got a vole, she's got a stoat, she's got an owl. Her front room looks like a Disney princess's entourage, all doing the mannequin challenge. She's posed a few of them, like Wind in the Willows released a 90s pop album. They're all like... And her pride of place is she's got a squirrel that she's had stuffed and she's put him inside an Action Man canoe. Because he fits proportionally. She's shoved him in there, she's given him goggles and a life jacket and an oar in the claws. And he's just there on the mantelpiece going... People come in and go, oh my God, what happened to him? And she's like, oh, that's how he died. He was trying to keep his nuts dry. No, I didn't get a hobby in the end. I got the next best thing. I got a lockdown girlfriend. Yeah, thank you for lockdown. Yeah, it was nice. Also, online, no Matt Hancock shenanigans happening here, thank you. All above board. Also, long distance, because she was German. Well, she still is German. She hasn't just banged me and become Nigerian for... Actually, full disclosure, she was Austrian, but had moved to Germany. Yes. Yeah, like every lad in my WhatsApp group pointed out, so the full Hitler, which is not funny. It's also not true, because the full Hitler would be Austria, moved to Germany, has a funny little moustache, and a portfolio of the most horrendous crimes ever committed in humanity. But 2 out of 3 wasn't bad. And I prefer her when she shaved it. She also, before you ask, didn't have one ball. That's not a clitoris. No, we met on Instagram one day, just out of the blue. She just slid into my direct messages, slid into my DMs, completely unprovoked. Like I was Poland in 1939. Too soon? But you've got to be careful who you're talking to out there. The internet is a wild west of people looking to take advantage, catfishing, pretend to be people they're not. Sure, they could be Julia, who's 27 years old and enjoys long baths. and has neck down alopecia. But they could really be Julian, who's 27 stone and hoses himself down and has full body eczema. So I now know what you've got to do is when you're talking to them, rather than stay on text, you've got to get them on FaceTime as quickly as possible. See what you're dealing with. But even on FaceTime, if they're there in that little frame, stood still, there's loads of tricks you can do, like a well-placed selfie light. Or guys, there's like Lord of the Rings magic with like a party-sized kind of Coke when you... Guys? Lads? Lumberjack? So I now know what you've got to do is that when you're on FaceTime with them, you've got to get the person you're talking to fetch something from the back of the room so you can check them out proportionally. So when they're walking back, you can go, okay, a little bit shorter than I first thought, a little bit chubbier as well. Oh no, I know. No, I was like, babe, I can't hear you. Now, you see, you thought I was being misogynistic there for a second, didn't you? Yeah, but it turns out it was against a guy. So it's hilarious. No, there's lots of people out there looking to take advantage of you. My mum got scammed last year. You might have heard of this scam that happened. So there's a scam that happened where they sent out a message to loads of different phones, and the message read, "Help, Mum, I'm in trouble." Do you hear this one? Yeah, so they sent it out to loads of different phones, so they didn't always get a mum. They did quite often just get a confused bloke. Or a really worried woman. Surely I'd have remembered. But occasionally they will hit a mum, and the mum will think it's their child off a new number. So she'll say this, she'll go, "What is it? Child of mine, who I love unconditionally and would do anything to protect." And the scammers, this is the story they peddle. They go, "Basically, Mum, I've upgraded my phone to the new iPhone, so I've changed numbers. But then I've tried to pay a bill off my phone, and my bank account hasn't recognized the new number, so it's frozen my account. So if I send you the bill account details, can you pay it for me, and I'll pay you back later?" Sneaky, right? Because the mum goes, "Of course. Child of mine, who I love unconditionally and would do anything to protect." Even though £17,000 is a lot for a gym membership, I'll do it because I'm your mother and I love you. Now, it's a very good scam, but it has got one fatal flaw, and that is that it relies very heavily on the sympathy of the mother. Which, when you get into your mid-30s, isn't there. So not only did this guy in wherever he was, let's say Russia, because I'm not doing the other accents, not only did he not get £17,000, what he did receive was the biggest dressing down of his financial situation. Well, actually, no, we're not going to help you out. What the hell do you think you're doing getting phone upgrades when you can't even organise yourself properly? Jesus Christ, when are you going to mature? What the hell do you think you're doing with your life? He must have been over there talking to himself in St. Petersburg going, "Well, really, what the hell am I doing with my life? I mean, I can't keep doing this forever. It's not financially viable. Jesus Christ, Vlad, you're better than this. When you're going to make something of yourself, you've so much potential." But that's not even the best part about the story. The best part about the story is that I found out about this scam because I woke up one Sunday morning to find that my phone number had been removed from our family WhatsApp group. Yeah, my mum had got the new number without even blinking, removed me, and added the scammer into our family WhatsApp group. So not only did this guy not get £17,000 and the biggest dressing down of his life, he then got inundated with pictures of my nephew playing piano. Updates on my mum's hip operation. She invited him to Sunday lunch. His mate must have been coming in back in over there going, Vlad, did we get the £17,000? No, but we need to be around the table at 2:30 sharp. We're collecting Dad from golf in the VW. And if we can't stop via Sainsbury's and get proper lard, we're having Aunt Bessie's and we'll make fucking do. What the fuck is an Aunt Bessie? It's this sort of starter they have as the main, but it's not really, it's a dessert. But these English people are insane, I don't get it. How long was he going to keep that charade up for? Was he going to go along to Sunday lunch? What happens when I come back home? Just walk into the kitchen and see him there, go like, who's this? And my nephew's like, that's Vlad. Who are you? I'm Uncle Tom!
I'm Uncle Tom.
So Hugo can't say my name. And I'm going more and more down this internet rabbit hole, looking for validation. Because that's where you look for validation, right? Not with your friends and family, on the internet, with strangers. But I needed something big, something juicy, something that really to invest in, that made me feel really worthy. And then one day, it happened. I found myself on a foot fetish website. Strap in, London. It's about to get spicy. Now, when I say I found myself on a foot fetish website, I don't mean I was looking through a foot fetish website. This isn't one long, dark night of the soul, 6-hour Pornhub marathon. You know, I've done all the adjectives, now I'm onto the nouns. Nothing like that. We've all been there, haven't we, mate? No, I mean the correct use of the term found, and excuse the pun, I mean I was literally featured on a foot fetish website. It popped up, yeah, I was the feet of the week. Thanks, I mean, look, I don't know what claws and trotters you guys are walking around on, but mine aren't remarkable. But there I was. I mean, look, when you're a young kid, you dream of a BAFTA. But I'll take it. They found pictures of me sunbathing on the Tower of London, and it was comedian from the Tower of London, the feet of the week. I mean, look, foot fetishes are weird. One guy sat over there in 3 pairs of Wellingtons. Yeah. Never happening to me again. No, they are weird, but they're all, look, we're all weird, we're all humans. Weirdness is what makes us human. And there's a spectrum of weird. Like, foot fetishes, they may be like, they're a little bit weirder than, say, spanking. But they're nowhere near as weird as whatever it is you're currently thinking of. Huh? What are you call logs? A roaring fire. There they are, and we've all got it. We've all got that subject that we go, ooh. We've all got that Google search we're not proud of. We've all, at one point in our lives, delete last hour. I know we have. Of course. And if you're sat in this audience, by the way, and going, I haven't done that, there's nothing weird about me, I'm not weird at all, then your weirdness is you're fucking boring. And fetishes and kinks, they're what make us human. They happen, maybe an event happened in childhood that caused a ripple effect into adulthood. Maybe you were 5 years old and your parents took you for a walk to the park, to the pond, to feed the birds. All of a sudden, you accidentally fall in, you nearly drown to death. Cut to 35 years later, you're in a lakeside hotel with cling film around your head, having rubber ducks shoved up the back of you. Just as a completely random example, obviously. So I thought, all right, foot fetishes. fetishes. I'll roll with this. This is what I'm going to do. So I shared the article on my Instagram and I told all my followers. I went, hey guys, looks like I'm a foot fetish model now. Ha 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 ha. I'll be selling foot pictures on the internet. It's £2 per little toe, £3.50 for the big fellas, 20 quid all in, 25 laminated. I did some research. I was thinking ahead. I thought I might get a couple of likes. I kid you not, my DMs fucking exploded. And before you think I'm showing off, these weren't all 23-year-old Swedish bikini models after me. Can you guess what demographic it was? Old men, yeah, exactly. You. I was palming off Keith's and Dave's left, right, and centre. Calm down, Alan. It's like an opened a Pandora's box inside a B&Q. And they all had the most amazing handles. They were all called like @toe sniffer, @ankle grinder, @foot licker. Yeah, no, foot licker, which I think is a play on words of the shop, Foot Locker, which is a place he's clearly either banned from or the manager. And then there were more inventive ones like Tready Eddy, Mr. Stomp, Creamy Souls 219, Achilles, and my favourite one, Bunyan Hunter. Yeah, that's a trophy cabinet I don't want to see. And I opened up these DMs, and I don't know older men if you know your reputation online. You're not known for your softly approach. All of them were like, yeah, Tom, I want to see your toes. Yeah, get them out, send them to us. Yeah, go on, stretch them. Oh. Yeah, twist them, spin them, flick them. I was like, I'm not a boppet. Can we just calm down, lads? I was grotesque. I was appalled. I was offended. But also, more crucially, I was unemployed. And there comes a time in desperation where twist it, spin it, flip it, bop it suddenly becomes 20 quid, 20 quid, 20 quid, 20 quid, 20 quid, 20 quid. And who wouldn't do it? Come on, be honest with yourselves in this audience. You're weird, the same as me. At some point in this routine, 80% of you have thought to yourself, of course you would. Starting over there, well done. They were your hands were clapping, weren't they? Of course, we all know the phenomenon that's OnlyFans, all these people selling pictures of themselves online, and I judged those women. I judged them. Do you know why? Because I was jealous. I was jealous. I didn't think it was for me. I didn't think I could do it. I thought it was for young girls with nice curves and smooth skin and purple hair and manga tattoos and no dad. But it turns out these are shrewd businesswomen, and it's empowering. And I'm a fetish. I'm a kink. Looking for financial freedom. Little did I know I've been walking around on this pair of slutty cash cows my entire life. Suddenly a whole career just opened up to me. I was on Amazon looking up toe rings, ankle bracelets, different things I could shove them in, like slippers and slip-ons and moccasins and brogues, winkle pickers, Crocs, you dirty bastards. Get a whole portfolio of pictures, right at the end, one X-rated barefoot one, up against a red brick wall with a cigarette hanging out the toes. Yeah, give it to me, you sockless whores. Start with 20 quid, 20 quid, 20 quid. Over the years, whittle it down to an exclusive clientele. Before you know it, 5 years' time, I'm at some billionaire's pad in flip-flops, just tipping around his pool. Getting a pedicure, then zooming off to the other side of the island to stand on his mate's balls for half an hour. Walking around saying hi to the regulars. You're right, Andrew. Good to see you again, mate. It's not a bad life. It's not a bad life. But it all came crashing down. I got too ambitious. I got too greedy. Like Icarus. I flew too close to the sun. I tried to get a charity involved. Yeah, well, I've been watching Captain Tom walk around on his pair, absolutely nailing it. So I thought, I'll do that. I'll save a charity. I can do that. If he can, I can do it. So I found a chiropodist charity specialising in feet. They were based in Wolverhampton. They were called Lost Souls. And they cater for old people's feet. Like, they wash them, bathe them, bandage them, buffer them up, give them, like, spoilers and new rims and hydraulics, insert a sound system, exhibit comes out at the end. I don't know. It's a very good cause, or as Bunyan Hunter calls it, an all-you-can-eat buffet. But I went back to the lads on Instagram and I said, here's the new plan then, guys. If you give 20 quid to this charity, I'll send you some foot pictures. And they all blanked me. Yeah, it turns out that charity wasn't the kink. And that was it, another dream dashed. A dream that one day there'd be a thriving NHS. And OAPs walking around on feet that were absolutely glistening. Because in every basement across the UK, an army of incels was wanking off over mine. Not all heroes wear capes. Some don't even wear shoes. So that's it. My family can't say my name. I'm going more and more down the internet. The internet's let me down. I just need one more miracle, internet. Come on, one more thing. And that was when I got a message from a casting director on Instagram saying, Tom, I've got a proposition for you. I was like, all right, well, it's £2 per little tone. He's like, no, I don't know. I'm casting for this new Netflix reality TV show. It's called The Circle. It's going out to tens of millions of viewers. We've seen what you're doing online. We love what you're doing. We'd love you to be on the show. Do you want to be on it? I was like, would I? Yes. See you later, family. I'm off to go and perform in front of some strangers. He's like, okay, well, we just need to do some mental health checks. They've got the welfare team in. So we just want to make sure that, you're okay. You haven't been acting irrationally or doing anything out of character. Nope. Nothing wrong with me. I'm absolutely fine. Get me on that show. And before you knew it, there I was in a hotel room, 24-hour surveillance, filmed for 2 weeks solid, no human contact, all eyes on me, being watched by tens of millions of people around the world, the validation I'd craved. And look, it was amazing. I met a cast of people who I will genuinely be friends with for the rest of my life. But it was also tough in many other ways. I was the only token English bloke on a predominantly American show. And Americans are a lot. Firstly, they had all this lingo and dialogue that my British brain just didn't understand. They were like, oh, yes, queen, slay, bitch. He ate and left no crumbs. You can't handle this cake. Spill the tea. I was like, right, if there are refreshments, can we just calm down, please, guys? Don't know who's spilling tea right here, but that will not do. And they were just so positive all the time. They were really, really positive. I mean, in England, we're not positive. We're self-deprecating and we like laughing to get through tough times. Have you ever noticed how we deal with issues in Britain? If we've got an issue, if it's a small issue, we tend to exaggerate the hell out of it. If it's a genuine tragedy, we're trying to play it down as much as possible. Case in point, George, how are you doing this morning? Oh, you won't believe it, mate. I woke up this morning, my wife had forgotten to buy milk. I had to have a black tea. A black tea? Are you kidding me? She suggested I have a herbal. What sort of hippie does this woman think I am? Might as well just move to a commune and start making whisker baskets and sharing each other around, shall we? I don't know even why I even married her. What the hell is my life? Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me in the face. Same guy. George, I hear your wife just burnt your house down and took the kids and you're bankrupt. You're going to be homeless. Yes, it's not ideal. You all know it, of course you do. And Americans, they woke up every morning and blessed everything. They blessed everything. Just woke up feeling #blessed. #bless me. #bless this day. #bless my friends and family. #even my job's a blessing. #bless life. We don't do that in Britain. When we wake up, we're fucked, aren't we? That's what we are. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck this day. What time do they want to meet? 10? Fuck my friends and family. What the fuck is my life? We never bless anything in Britain. We never bless anything apart from one thing. There's only one thing we bless, and you all know what it is? Sneezing, exactly, sneezing. That one tiny ailment, and everyone knows the protocol. Achoo, bless you, thank you, shake hands, join a queue. It's what we do. And you have to bless someone's sneeze. It's like the law. Have you ever not blessed someone's sneeze? They look at you like you just teabagged their kids. Achoo! Bless me, you evil bastard! The biggest difference between American and English came just before the end of the 2 weeks when we got sent our videos from home. So they send you these videos from your family as a little sort of morale boost, just to get you over the last bit, and you watch them. And when I tell you the difference in energy between the American families and my family was substantial. Because all the Americans are like, oh my God, you're our superstar, we love you, we're so supportive, we knew you'd do it, yes, go, slay, crumb, bitch, whatever. My parents arrived. Well, hello, Thomas. Needless to say, this is your mother and father speaking. We'd like to say we're missing you, but to be perfectly honest, it's just good to get you out the house. Bah! We're told this is a popularity contest where you can choose to be anyone you want. So just for Christ's sake, don't be yourself. Ah! The American welfare team were so concerned. They burst into my room. Like, oh my God, we're so sorry. We didn't realize that was going to be happening. Are you okay? Do you need anything? Okay? That's the funniest fucking thing I've heard in weeks. What are you on about? That's amazing. I love them. And it was that moment there. Just seeing my mum and dad again, and they got me, and we knew how to be with each other. And I remembered how much I do love them. And I was stood in that room all on my own, with all these cameras looking at me, performing to these strangers. And I was like, what am I doing? I mean, you can go on the internet, and you can look for validation, and you might get it. You might get it quicker, and you might get it more often, but it's not real. Real validation comes in real life with the people who know you, who love you, your friends and your family, the people who, if you talk, they will listen. And it might not be easy, it might not always happen straight away, it might be tough, it might fail occasionally, but when it does happen, it's real and it means everything. When I left the circle, I got given my phone back, and I got to listen to all the answer messages from various other people, messages of support. And there was one message from my sister that really brought it all home.
Hi Tom, it's Sophie. Hope you're okay. I thought I'd give you a quick ring and say congrats on the circle. I must admit, I still haven't a Scooby-Doo what it's all about. It looks like it's basically a popularity contest, so as long as you don't be yourself, I'm sure you'll be happy. Just really looking forward to being all together again. Speaking of, I've got a little surprise for you actually. You go. You do like we practiced. Okay, say
Hi, for Tom.
No, you say hi, Uncle Tom.
Hi, for Tom.
No, that's Uncle Tom. Yes, I'll help you with your yogurt. Can you say...
For Tom.
You got your spoon over your mouth. I swear we've been practicing. Okay. Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom.
That's it.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Just so you know, I will be treating that as an encore. Thank you very much. No, encore Tom. I'm so sorry, I'm better than that. I apologize. No, but generally, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the validation. Very, very kind. And, you know, the big takeaway is just don't get lost on the internet, the same as I did. It really is about the people here, and love each other, and don't judge. Be kind. If you wouldn't mind indulging me one more time, that was a very sentimental ending. I'd like to finish the night on one big oomph. Are you ready for one more story? Okay, this is the funniest story that happened to me during lockdown. So I was in lockdown in my family home, North Yorkshire, mum and dad. Stress levels were high. And I just wanted some alleviation from the two of them. And so I went for some local gossip. I went on our local village newsletter. It's good stuff. Definitely do it if you have one. And there I was. The big story of the week is that number 11's cat had gone missing. Ginger cat, white smudge on the nose. There he was. He'd been gone for a couple of days. It's like, good, a Scooby-Doo mystery my mum, my dad and me can puzzle through. So I took my iPad down and I went, Mum, Dad, look, number 11's cat's gone missing. To which my mum went, oh. Yep, turns out the cat wasn't missing. Turns out the cat was in our freezer. What? What do you mean it's in the freezer? Oh, well, the dogs brought a dead cat back with them on the walk the other day. The other day? You put it in the freezer? Oh, my God, just show me immediately. So I get taken down to this cellar of death. Like Clarice Starling in Silence of the Lambs. I open up the freezer, and sure enough, below some fish fingers and a slightly battered quiche, there's this ginger cat, white smudge on the nose, staring up at me with frostbitten eyes. Okay, I can sense some tension in the room about the dead cat. I'm so sorry, a cat's died. We'll get through this tragedy together. What we'll do is, to take the edge off, we'll name the cat something that means we're less sad it's dead. Did any of you guys see Cats the Musical, the film? Right, if you didn't, congratulations, you missed an absolute car crash. What we'll do is we'll name the cat after one of the actors in that film, and then we'll be less sad it's dead. We won't call it James Corden. No, because that's who we want to die, I know. But he ruins literally everything he's in. So he's not getting in this bit. We're going to call the cat Jason Derulo. We all know Jason Derulo, am I right? Jason Derulo? Jason Derulo. Yeah. In my head, I see you all over me. I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo. Every time that you get undressed, I hear symphonies in my head. I wrote this song just looking at you. Oh, the drums, they swing low. And the trumpets, they go. So, Jason Derulo is dead in my freezer. Mum, why'd you put him in the freezer? Well, I don't know, it was just sort of instincts. Instincts? All right, Dexter, Jesus Christ. Well, what are we going to do about it? Oh, I don't know, I don't want to think about it. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Schrodinger. But just because you don't want to think about it doesn't make it any less real! Well, we'll just take it back to number 11 immediately. We can't take it back immediately, Mother. It's frozen fucking solid. What are we going to do? Just walk around to number 11 and ring the doorbell? Ding dong. Oh, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Derulo. I'm afraid there's been a terrible tobogganing accident. We've got to try and defrost him. Yeah, okay. Well, how do we do that? Well, we could put him in the... Stop right there! Mother, who I love unconditionally, it's very important for me to know the next words out of your mouth were not going to be, we put him in the microwave. No! Good! I was going to say the Arga. Not the Arga! This isn't good, is it? It's not ideal. So we hatched a plan. Here's the plan. At the back of our house is a 50-foot field that goes to a 6-foot hedge next to a main road that runs through the village. We were going to take Jason Derulo down, stick him under the hedge by the side of the road, let him thaw out, then ring it in like we just found him. And we'd be heroes. My mum was like, do you want to take him down? No, Jeffrey, I don't. You did this, you sort it out, you weird woman. Plus, I've got a photo shoot to do in a minute. So my mum takes Jason Derulo out of the freezer by his legs, like some sort of frozen cat suitcase. Starts doing that little mum waddle down the bottom of the garden like this. I'm Googling how many years prison we're looking at if anyone finds out. I thought she was going to place him by the side of the road. She didn't. She tried to throw him over the hedge. Unsuccessfully the first time. The first time she just face planted him into the leaves like Jason Derulo in my hedge. So the second time, she's like proper Matilda Trunchbull hammer throws the thing, like proper spin and everything. Flies 12 foot over, she turns and starts legging it up the garden. No word of a lie, I heard this noise. Oh my God! She threw him into the path of a passing car. Some poor woman was driving back through the village. Suddenly, Jason Derulo! She gets out, looks over the hedge. Excuse me! Just sees my mum running. Yes? What could possibly be the matter this fine day? Your cat! He just jumped over the hedge! Oh my God, I think I hit him! And I was like, oh no! They run around. Now, obviously, the cat was frozen and hit by a car, so it shattered into 1,000 pieces. Like the T-2000 in Judgment Day, there's just like a frozen paw in a tree, a tail in a bush, and just half a face on the windscreen wiper. My mum arrived, she's playing it up. Oh, Jason. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I think I hit him. I must repay you. I must give you some money for him. My mum feels guilty of that. So she's like, oh, no, don't give us any money. Of course not. I mean, he was very old. Very old? The fucker's just jumped 12 foot over a hedge, Mum. Talk about a last spring of life. Well, I'll help you collect him. So they're walking around picking up frozen blocks of cat. And the woman goes, it's so weird, isn't it? Because number 11 have lost their cat, haven't they? Oh, no! She knows! We're fucked! She's gonna make the connection, the white smudge on the nose. She's gonna tell the neighbours our names will be spread around the village. They're gonna hunt for us. We're gonna have to fly abroad to escape the authorities, who will be called. They'll come to our house, kick the front door in, walk in, see half the animals of farthing wood nailed to the fucking wall. Walk into the kitchen, there's a Russian bloke eating Yorkshire pudding with a baby. Right, everyone, scan the place for clues. Did you find any fingerprints? No fingerprints, Sarge, but a fuckload of toe marks for some reason. They get wind of where we are, they fly abroad, they track us down. Where did you find them? Well, weirdly, they found themselves. In Tuscany. We get taken into custody. I get the Netflix special I've always dreamed of, but it's not a stand-up special, it's a murder documentary. Mother and son found in frozen feline foot fetish fridge freezer fish finger frenzy. There was nothing we could do, there was no way out apart from one thing. And so to cut a long story short, we now have a woman in our freezer. Thank you so much, London, all the best. Good night.